There's a moment in every client's journey that matters more than anything else. It's not when they see your work first. It's not when they follow you. It's not even when they start imagining themselves getting henna from you. It's the moment that they decide to book. And this is where a surprising number of henna artists lose people, not because they're uninterested, but because they get stuck. This is marketing mistake number 33, not including clear booking links or contact information on your website. If you ever thought, well, they can just DM me, this one is especially for you because interest is fragile, and every step you add between I want this and I'm booked increases the chance of that interest fading. Okay, so let me walk you through a very real scenario. A client finds you through Instagram. They like your work. They click the link in your bio. They land on your website. They scroll. We love this. They read. They're taking things in. They're interested. And then they ask themselves one simple question. How do I book? And if the answer isn't immediately obvious to them, if they have to hunt, scroll some more, guess, or click around, something shifts. They hesitate. They get distracted. They think, I'll come back to this later. And they close the tab. And later rarely comes. This is not because people are lazy. It's because decision-making requires momentum. When momentum breaks, friction wins. Burnt out artists often miss this because they're already juggling so much. They assume clients will reach out if they're serious. But higher quality clients don't chase clarity. They expect it. They're used to seeing smooth systems. They're used to obvious next steps. And when those aren't there, they just choose to move on. Here's the truth that can feel uncomfortable at first, but I need you to sit with it. If someone can't figure out how to book you in under 30 seconds, your system is working against you. Now, that doesn't mean that your work isn't good. It just means that your infrastructure isn't doing its job. Your website has one primary purpose: to guide someone from curiosity to action. That's it. And if that path isn't clear, the site becomes a brochure, not a booking tool. So let's talk about calls to action, because this is where things usually start to break down. Many henna artists think that a call to action has to be aggressive or salesy. It doesn't, right? A call to action is simply a signpost. It says, hey, here's what to do next, right? So when there's no signpost, people stall. And this is why booking buttons matter. Not hidden ones, not buried, not implied invitations, visible booking buttons at the top of the page, in the middle of the page, at the bottom as well. Not because you're desperate, but because you respect people's time. You think about your own behavior online for a moment. When you're ready to book something, you don't want to hunt, you want ease. That's what your clients want too. This mistake shows up in very subtle ways. A website that looks beautiful but has no clear booking button. A service page with all of the details of what you do but no link to book. A contact page that only lists social media handles but no opportunity to book, right? Every one of those choices adds work for the client. And when clients have to work, they hesitate. Now, let's talk a little bit about why this happens, especially for burnt out henna artists. When you're tired, you build what's good enough, okay? You get the site live, you add information, you tell yourself that you'll refine it later. But then the later doesn't come, and the missing pieces cost you bookings. Now, this isn't because people don't want your service, it's because you're asking them to navigate uncertainty. Clarity is a form of care for your clients. It says, I've thought this through for you. And that builds trust instantly. This is especially important if you're already feeling stretched thin in your business. A clear booking system reduces back and forth messages. It reduces decision fatigue. It filters inquiries so the people who reach out are already warmed up. And friend, that saves you energy. And energy is often what burnt out artists are most missing. So let me say this really plainly, okay? Your website should answer the question, how do I hire you? Without explanation, without interpretation, without reading through the lines, without effort. If it doesn't, then that's the gap to fix. Now, let's move into some action, because this correction can be done quickly and the impact is immediate. Okay, so here's your corrective task. I want you to open up your website on your phone, not your laptop, your phone. This is how most clients will see it too, okay? Then I want you to hand your phone over to a friend or a loved one and say, can you book me in under 30 seconds? Don't explain anything, just watch, okay? If they hesitate, if they scroll, or if they ask you questions, you've found the friction. Fix that immediately. Add a booking button. Move it higher. Repeat it on the page. Make the next step obvious. This isn't about pressuring the visitors of your site. It's about permission. You're giving people permission to act on their interest. This is exactly the type of structural clarity that we focus on in my programs over on the Hennapreneur app. Not flashy tactics, but small strategic shifts that move friction out of the way and restore momentum to your business. You don't need more attention. You likely need a clearer path for your clients. And when clients can move from interested to booked without any effort, everything else feels easier. If this helped you to see your site differently, download the Hennapreneur app, okay? And there inside will help you build some systems that support your business instead of draining it, because your job isn't to convince people to want your work. It's to make it easy for them to say yes.